Hello, this is Jeff Charlton with Graphic Connections Group. Today I'd like to talk a little bit about various methods of marketing for real estate investors. We focus on direct mail because that's our business. However, there's plenty of other marketing methods that are available to you as a real estate investor. Many investors use billboards, they use direct phone calls, they'll call people, you can go knock on doors, you can do door hangers, you can put posters up around town, you can put little roadside signs up called bandit signs. And you can do online marketing. There's all types of marketing available to real estate investors. And they all have their pros and cons, and some are more expensive than others. And so what I'd like to do in this video is just talk a little bit about each one of these and talk about some of the pros and cons. Online marketing is probably the most popular item that we hear about these days, and it can be very effective. The biggest negative of online marketing is that it's not targeted. Most real estate investors have a particular area that they like to work in, usually close to their home. And even in most cities, there's generally areas that are better for real estate investors. And with online marketing, it's very difficult to focus on specific areas when you put something on the internet. So that's the negative. You can get a lot of leads with online marketing, but you can't really target them very easily. As opposed to direct mail, it's very targetable because you can mail to a specific neighborhood if you like. Another option is bandit signs. Bandit signs are the little roadside signs that people put up. You've all seen them. It says, "We buy your house for cash." And those can also be very effective because you can target specific neighborhoods. However, the problem is most municipalities these days have laws against these signs, and you can get in trouble for putting these signs up. People sometimes work around that where they'll just put the signs up on the weekends and then they take them down before Monday morning, which is okay, but it's a lot of work and you have to remember to take your signs down. Another thing is the signs can be kind of expensive, and a lot of times other people take the signs down for you and you lose your signs. So again, it can be effective, but it's not very sort of targeted, but not where you can target a specific neighborhood, at least a street corner in a neighborhood, but you still don't know who's going to call you. So you still have to weed through those leads to figure out this person really is targeted versus sending a direct mail piece where you go to a specific house with a specific offer and you know that you're interested in that house. Door hangers are another option, which is a little, hanger on a door, a piece of paper that hangs on the doorknob that has some sort of an offer. It might say, "Hey, I want to buy your house," or whatever it might be. Well, these can be very effective. The problem is they're a lot of work. You literally have to go around town and walk the neighborhoods and hang on each door. Now, of course, you can hire people to do that, but it can be expensive to do that, and it's a slow process. So, it takes a long time to put door hangers on a large area. So, although not a bad way to go, and it is pretty targeted because you're targeting specific houses, but it just takes a lot of work. So if you're up for the work, great. But if you'd like to do a little more mass mailing type of approach, using direct mail can do the same targeting to the same houses in a much easier method for you, because all you have to do is order the direct mail from someone like us, and we do the work, and you just go worry about handling the leads. Sort of similar to door hangers is cold calling. Cold calling literally means picking up the phone and calling people who might fit into the criteria you're looking for and asking them if they'd like to sell their house. Now, the drawback there is, number one, very few people are willing to pick up the phone and make cold calls. It takes a special kind of person that has the skills to pick up and make cold calls. And secondly, a lot of people are very resistant to that, especially these days with caller ID. It's hard to get people even to answer the phone if they don't recognize your number. So it can take you a whole lot of time to do this with not a lot of results. But it can be very effective if you're willing to do that. So, and it's not very costly because you do need to buy the list at first to find the phone numbers, but after that it's just your time. So the question is, how much do you value your time? And are you willing to sit on the phone for hours and hours making a lot of cold calls? Last one I want to talk about is billboards. You've seen them all. We Buy Ugly Houses is the most popular one, and those are very effective. Those people get a lot of leads from billboards. But billboards are very expensive, and the negative is they get a lot of leads. So it's both positive and negative at the same time. Yeah, it's great to get a lot of leads, but you're going to get a whole lot of leads that don't fit into the criteria you're looking for. So if you really want to target the area you want to go for, then billboards are not the way to go, because it's usually on the side of a highway and there are tens of thousands of cars that go by and you have no control over who calls you or where they call from. So again, it can create a lot of leads, and there's some people doing very well with that, but you have to have a system to be able to weed through those leads to get to the ones that are really the appropriate leads for what you're looking for. And the last thing I want to talk about is direct mail, and I've sort of alluded to it earlier, but direct mail, I think, beats a lot of these other methods for several reasons. The most important reason is that it's targeted, and I can't emphasize this enough. Targeting is everything. But it's not only geographic targeting, it's also demographic targeting. So when I talk about that, you're looking for in direct mail, you can buy a list that is in a specific area, so you know I want to work houses in this zip code or this subdivision. You can also buy a list of people that have high equity, or maybe they own free and clear, or maybe it's a 2-bedroom, 3-bath house you're only looking for, or maybe you're looking for people in foreclosure. The point is, through these list purchases, you can drill down to very specific criteria that you're looking for. So the only people you're spending money on are the people that fit that criteria. And so if someone does respond, you at least know up front that they've at least fit a certain level of criteria that they're going to be a good prospect. Now, it doesn't guarantee they're going to be your perfect prospect, but at least drills down, it weeds out a lot of the people that you know for sure or not. So direct mail is definitely a very effective method in the real estate investor business. This is Jeff Charlton, and have a great day.